What is happening, Magnus sites? Just got done watching episode 2 of The Last of Us on HBO Max. So, for those of you that don't know, I have started playing The Last of Us Part 1, the remake for the PS5. And I played around 3 to 4 hours of it today. And it's funny because I stopped playing it right where the show ended today. So we're going to talk spoilers. So I must reiterate again that when I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking of two different audiences watching this. You've got the hardcore fans, the people that have played the game, that really love the game. And then you got people that have never seen it before that are watching it. And I think that this series would be, so far with the first 2 episodes, good to great for anyone that has never seen it. However, I could see it for anyone that's played the game, it being anywhere from okay to great. Because it depends on how much of it, as a fan, you want them to follow to the T. Now, I do not like the way they are writing Ellie. She's more of an asshole. Tess, I'm disappointed because she was more of a badass in the game. And Joel, to me, he's all right. Joel, he's good. He's good. He's okay to good as Joel. I looked up Troy Baker today, looked up his face, and I was like, you know what? They actually could have made him Joel if they wanted to. And it would have been so great because he can act, and that would have been that familiar voice there. The girl not looking at Ellie is still driving me insane. She looks so far away from her that it takes me out of it sometimes. And her, with her being an asshole, is just like, but I'm hoping she will grow on me. To a lesser extent, I'm hoping that his Joel grows on me. So there's that fan in me, because when I played the game today, I realized just how much I loved it, and it drew me right on back into the story. So if I'm a stickler for details with certain things, so be it. It's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. I know there's people out there, they're the best casting ever. Great. More power to you. So, my absolute favorite part of this episode was the beginning. I don't know if that was Thailand or Singapore or something, but basically these armed guards, this military picks up this woman from a restaurant where she's eating, put her in the car, and you know what I mean? And she thinking she did something wrong. They're like, no. And I'm like, she's got to be a scientist or somebody that knows something. And they're like, yep, she's a scientist, and she's a scientist that understands the mold. So they bring her in, they have her analyze some mold, and then they have us look at this naked woman's body for the longest time, which they did not have to do. I turned my head most of the time. I was just like, this is not for me. This is not for me. Oh, wow, you can even see Bush. Isn't that great? So, she's examining where the woman was bitten, and, so she's talking to them, and they're explaining to her what happened, and she bit somebody that she worked with at some grain plantation or something like that. And they locked her in the bathroom. When the authorities got there, she attacked the authorities, and they shot her, but she had bit like 4 other people. They were all brought in, and eventually they turned and they were executed. And there was like 14 people missing from the plant. And he's like, look, can you help us? Is there a medicine? Is there a vaccine? And she's like, no. And she's crying, and she's like, bomb the whole city and everybody in it. And the crazy thing is, like, she's like, take me to my family because I want to be with them. And I'm just like, wow. Like, you were in a suit. You were in the hazmat suit. You should be all right, lady. But she didn't even feel, she wanted everybody to be wiped out because she did not want that spreading. I thought that was a very cool addition. Um, so we get into it, and right where we left off, and they're trying to take Ellie, you know, where she's got to go, and it ends at the museum, and in between, of course, they run into clickers. Now, for me, the clickers were all right. They did them pretty much like to the T. They did them to pretty much to the T. And it was during that whole section where I missed the badassery of Tess. And I really missed the bandana. I do. It feels like it's like anything else, like, Wolverine's hair or Optimus Prime's face, mouth cover or something. It's like, to me, she should have had it. All right, she should have had it, and she should have been more badass, which she wasn't. Joel is more jumpy. Joel is more jumpy when she reveals that she was bit. He's like, what I mean? like she steps toward him, and he's all like I just played that part. I don't remember him backing up when she was talking to him. I have to go look at it again, but I don't remember that. Like, he's more jumpy in this. He's more a little skittish. I've seen the comments. I see a lot of comments from people, and you don't know who's telling the truth or who's not, but some people said that they were told not to play the game before they auditioned. So okay. Yeah, it's what the guy, it's an adaptation. So, as a person who's trying to look at it as it's an adaptation, of course they're going to change things. Of course, they're going to adapt things for TV. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But I'm not a super happy fan. I'm not a super happy fan. And I'm hoping that the series will grow on me. There's a lot of stuff out there that was adapted from stuff, and they change things, and and people end up loving it. So I'm hoping I'm one of the people that ends up loving it. But I will tell you this: considering video game adaptations tend to get a bad rap, I would say that this will definitely be one of the, if everything continues to be like the first episode and second episode, this is a series that will go down probably as one of fan favorite adaptations. I was actually watching Chris Stuckman the other day, and he was talking. I think he was basically saying that, look, video game adaptations get a bad rap, but it's not like what you think. The history of video game adaptations isn't as bad as what you think. And he went on to name a few things, and I was just like, oh, okay. And there's a few things I had never seen. So, I thought that was interesting. But, yeah. If it's funny, I probably would have been more okay with it if I hadn't. I literally just stopped playing after Joel took Ellie out of the room. And she, stayed to fight those guys. Those guys didn't pull up. Oh, and I really thought it was really cool. Although, just swarms of them in this one. They see that swarm of them all out in the street and stuff. But I did think it was a cool adaptation for them to, after they shot the one dude in the head, how the mold touched him and then awoke the others to attack. I thought that was pretty cool. Because mold really is like that. Mold can be connected, like spores, not the spores, mushrooms and stuff, fungus. They can all be connected and be considered like one big organism. You know what I mean? So I thought that was a pretty cool adaptation. So as a fan, I'm all right with it. I'm enjoying myself for the most part. But it's more like, yeah, it was all right. So far, I feel it's not a series that I'll want to watch again. But I could recommend it to anyone that's a fan of the series that wants to see it. Or someone that's a fan of horror or zombie movies and wants something new. Yeah, check out The Last of Us. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, you may love it. I thought it was all right. I felt it was worth watching it, but that's how I feel about it right now. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. Hopefully, I didn't forget anything that I wanted to mention. But I think I'm all right with it. think I've mentioned everything that I wanted to mention. Yeah. 10 million subscribers. Woo. This one I will give 3.5 out of 5 woos for this episode.